Okay, Foundation Math 10, Chapter 7. We're going to take a look at 5A for you. The first question on your assignment there. So, which linear systems have the solution x equals 1 and y equals 2? So, what we need to remember is that a linear system is a group of two or more equations, and the type of equations that we have here in a linear system are lines. Okay, so these are linear. This is a linear system in A. There's two equations of a line. All right. Now, the solution to the whole system would be a point, like an xy coordinate point, or an x value and a y value, that satisfies both equations. Or when you plug those values in, it makes the left side of the equation equal the right side. That's what satisfies the equation means. So I'm going to try x equals -1 in both of these equations in A to see if it's a solution to the system. So 3 times -1 plus 2 times y is 2. Does that equal -1? I will find that out. I'm also going to find out if 2 times -1 minus 2 equals 1. That's the second one. Okay, so let's evaluate both of these and see if the values of x and y make both equations true. Then we know it's a solution. So this is -3 plus 4 equals -1. Does -3 plus 4 equal -1?
No.
Ooh, that equals +1. So right away, I know that this value of x and this value of y is not on this first line. So if it's not on the first line, it's not a solution to the system. Let's check this one though. -2 minus 2, does that equal 1? Ooh, that's -4. That doesn't equal 1. So guess what? This point is not a solution to this system of equations here, okay? We're clear on that? Any questions? That's how you find out. Now, let's do B. Okay, I'll do B. Let's see if B has this as a solution. So again, 3 times -1 minus the y value of 2. Does that equal -1? That's -3 minus 2. That doesn't look right either, does it? So this point, xy point here, is not on this line. So it doesn't look like it's satisfying this system either. Let's try this one. -1 minus 2 equals -1. That's 1 minus 2 equals -1. Ah, so guess what? This point, the point -1, 2, that's x equals -1, y equals 2. It is on this line. It's on that line because the left side equals the right side. But it's not on this line, so therefore it is not a solution to the system. Okay? It is a point on one of the lines, but because it's not also on the other line, it's not a solution to the system. Yeah? Question? Did I mess up on this one?
No, like -2, like then -2 in brackets, like that one. Yeah, right.
This one?
Yeah.
It's minus y, and y is +2, so minus y. Yeah. So this is a -1, right? So that's a +1. So +1, if you look at a number line there, +1 over here, there's 0, there's -1. If you start at +1 and you subtract 2, you get to -1. Yeah? Okay. Okay, any other question about that? So A and B, those are not solutions, but any other questions about how I did that? Okay, so this x and y, these x, y values have to satisfy both equations to be a solution to the system. Okay, all right, keep working. Okay, I'll do C, this is the last one. Let's check C. So if we do -3 times -1 plus 5 times +2, does that equal 13? Well, this is +3 plus 10. Hey, that equals 13, so guess what? The x and y values are on this line. Let's check this one. 4 times -1 minus 3 times 2 equals -10. That's -4 minus 6. Does that equal -10? Yes, it does. So guess what? That point is on both lines. Therefore, and I will show you this next section, but if you were to graph both of these lines, they would have one point in common, and that point is the x equals, -2 and, -1 and +2. So that is the point that is in common, and that's what 7.2 is about. Solving for the common point, the intersection point. So that point is on both lines. Capiche? Okay. All right, keep moving. All right, so let's do number 6 as well. Okay, give you a good start on your homework here. So match each situation to a linear system below. Justify your choice. Explain what each variable represents. Okay, so let's take a look at the first situation. During a clothing sale, 2 jackets and 2 sweaters cost $228. That's our first sentence of information. The second sentence of information, a jacket costs $44 more than a sweater. So again, we're talking about jackets and sweaters, so those are the two things that these sentences are about. So jackets and sweaters. Now I would do J as jackets and S as sweaters, but notice down here that they just use X and Y for all of these, okay? They don't want to give it away which one's which. So one of these, a jacket might be X and a sweater might be Y, or vice versa. But let's just see what kind of equation we would put here. So 2 jackets and 2 sweaters would equal a cost of $228. And a jacket is $44 more than a sweater. So the one that costs less is the sweater. So I'm going to add 44 here. So if this is the system that I've created from this, which system down here does this match up with? Now, it might not look exactly like this, so we might have to do some rearranging, but I'm seeing 2x plus 2y equals 228 for all of them. Okay. Now, it's the second one. Well, this is the only one that has to do with 44, I guess, right? So x minus y is 44. What we could do is we could go J minus S, or the expensive one minus the less expensive one has a difference of $44. So guess what? It's 3. A goes with 3. Does everyone see that? Yeah? Do you see that? Okay. All right. Let's talk about B then. The perimeter. Oh, we know what perimeter is. Adding up all the lengths of all the sides of this figure, whatever it is, that's what the perimeter is. The perimeter of a standard tennis court, so that's, a rectangle. For doubles, whatever, it's the widest one, is 228 feet. Okay, so that's going to be 2 times length plus 2 times width is 228. Okay, good. We have that in all 3 of them. But what's the second one? The width is 42 less than the length. So the width is less, so let's go length is width plus 42. Okay, now I don't see plus 42 down here anywhere, but I see a 42. So guess what? It looks like this one is going to be the system. Now if I did L minus W equals 42, that would match up exactly with this, wouldn't it? Is everybody seeing what we're doing here? Yeah? Okay. Now, obviously you know that C is the second one. So let's just double check really quickly here that that matches up. So a cultural fair, Indian booth sold chapati. How do you say that? Anybody know? Chapati?
Chapati, yeah.
Chapati?
It's not.
It's not?
No.
How do you say it?
Chapati.
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 Chapati. Yeah.
Didn't I say it right? Chapati. Okay. Chapati. Oh, and naan. Is that right? I'm not making fun. I would say chapati and naan. Is it okay? We're okay with that? Okay. Okay. All right. I can have my lesson later. I'll have my lesson later. Okay. My Indian lesson later. Okay. All right. All right. So $2 each. Oh, $2 each. So guess what? 2 times chapati plus 2 times naan is $228 raised. Now, what's this one? 40 more chapati breads than naan breads were sold. Hey, I'm trying. So 40 more. 40 is the difference. So chapati minus nan is 40. Look at that. That makes sense, does it not? Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you approve of that equation? Okay, good. I approve of your pronunciation of these words. Okay, good job. Okay. Anything else? You want to ask about number 6?
Sure, we should actually mention.
Other than the foreign language lesson here? Yes. Which question?
How would you show work on a test? Like,
How would you show work on a test? How would you show work on a test? Like for a question like this, if it's matching,
yeah.
there would be very little work to show, but you could do exactly what I'm doing. Like make these into actual variables that connect with the question, and then show me that it matches with. Like I did everything that I would show you to do. Like the second equation. The second equation is C compared with N, and there's 40 more chapati, so we're going to add 40 to the naan, right? Then you're going to subtract 40, or no, you're going to subtract N here, and you're going to get C minus N equals 40, and you circle this, and it connects with number 2. That's the work right there. So work on a test is like, well, it's there, it's just matching. Like, can I just pick? Well, yeah, you could just pick, but the thing is, on a test, and anything that you think, that's helping you understand the question or do the question, try and put on the paper a little bit, like just a little bit. Help me to know that you're not just taking a guess. You know what I mean? So anything you can put on there, and I don't need you to write me a detailed, novel of all of your thoughts about this. Like, you're going to take 5 hours to do a test. You don't have to do that, but just some kind of indication that, hey, this is my thought process, then you get full marks. And I'm usually pretty easy on that. If there's a question where I know that you should be showing some work, like you can't, then I kind of pretty much know you're guessing, then there's a chance you might not get full marks, because there is definitely some work that should be shown. A question like this, there's very little work that really should be shown, but there's some that can, okay? So that's just your guiding principle. Whatever you think to help you understand the question, if you can just communicate a little bit of that to me, then I know that you're not just guessing, right? Okay, yeah. Any other questions about this? Or anything else? Life? Romance? I don't know. Don't talk to me about romance, but you can ask somebody else. I was just asking if you had questions. I don't have any answers. I'm just saying, if you have questions. You probably do. Many of you probably do, I know.
Ow!
Can you quit hitting each other? We're in grade 10. I know he just hit you. That's why I'm saying, can we quit hitting each other? Why? I mean, I can understand probably why you hit him, but I could probably guess, but don't. Okay, all right. We're done. Grade 2/10 here. 9. Chapati. Is that better? Chapati?
You have to emphasize
What do I emphasize?
the P and the T.
Chapati. No, that's not it. Chapati.
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 Chapati. Chapati. I have to do the head tilt too? Chapati. Chapati. I am standing here beside myself, saying chapati. How's that? Okay, don't die over there.